श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिजये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्ये सर्वदा। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। द्वैपायनोष्टपुटनिष्कृतम् अप्रमेयं पुण्यं पवित्रम् अथ पापहरं शिवं च यो भारतं समधिगच्छति वाच्यमानं किं तस्य पुष्करजलैरभिषेचनेन योगो शतं कनकशङ्कमयं दधाति विप्राय वेदशे च बहुश्रुताय एकां च भारतकथां शृणुयात् समग्रां तुल्यफलं भवति तस्य चेति व्यासम् अष्टनप्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे जगदातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मणदे वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। नमो धर्माय महदे नमः कृष्णाय वेदसे ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य धर्मान् वक्ष्यामि शाश्वताम्। नमो भगवते तस्मै व्यासाय मितदेशे यस्य प्रसादात् वक्ष्यामि नारायणकथामिमाम्। Previously we were looking at second day of Kurukshetra war. In that Bhima was leading and he was destroying the Kalinga forces. And after he destroyed that force, Satyaki, Drishtadyumna comes there. They were very glad and happy to see Bhishma well and safe, and also destroyed the Kalinga forces made up of lot of car warriors, rathis, and also elephant force. Right, so he destroyed all of that, and they were very happy. And then when they were battling like that, Bhishma comes there, and to face Bhishma, Satyaki sends Bhishma away after killing his charioteer. Then Abhimanyu was fighting with Lakshmana, Duryodhana's son Lakshmana, and seeing that, Duryodhana sends a huge force towards Abhimanyu, and then Arjuna goes to protect that. And seeing Arjuna going in that direction, then Bhishma also comes in that direction to face Arjuna, because he did not want Arjuna to destroy Kaurava forces. So he comes there. So when like that Arjuna comes to that force, Bhishma with Duryodhana, with Drona and other charioteers, they come there towards Arjuna, and they all came there and start facing Arjuna's arrows. So the Kurus and Pandavas again continue to fight like that, and entire sky was covered with these arrows, and sun could not be distinguished because of those arrows released by Arjuna. So there were elephants without any flags on their backs, or with many charioteers without their horses, and there was also many in the chariot division. They were wandering, many of them abandoning their chariots, and many other charioteers, the rathis, they were without any chariots. They were wandering here and there with their arms raised. And also those on the horses, horseback, they also without horses, and some of them abandoning their elephants or horses. They were running all over the field because of those arrows released from Arjuna. Arjuna, like that, fights terribly with Kauravas, and there you could see in the battlefield many warriors on the Kaurava side with their arms cut off, with their legs cut off, with some holding the swords and darts and quivers, and all these things fallen on the ground. The bows, hooks, standards, all those things were on the field. Similarly, spiked maces were broken in fragments, mallets, beaded darts, and short arrows, swords. All these things were all over the place in the battlefield because of that destruction caused by Arjuna. And there was no one who could face Arjuna, who could advance against Arjuna in that battle. So whoever came against Arjuna, soon they were dispatched to Yama's world. So Arjuna immediately killed them. So when all of them were fighting like that, Bhishma, thinking about this, he smilingly tells Drona that this Arjuna with Krishna leading him, there is nobody competent in our troop to deal with him. So he is incapable of being defeated in this battlefield by any means. So even our troops are running away and they are very tired as well. And Surya is also coming to his Asta mountain. So he's going in the western direction now in the mountain. So he's going across. So it is towards the end of the day. The hour has come, time has come to withdraw our troops. Let's withdraw so that the troops can take rest and we can start again after the nightly rest. Having said this, Drona and Bhishma, they make all their troops to withdraw, and then with that, Pandavas also withdraw their troops in that twilight, in that evening twilight. They withdraw and then they all go to their tents. So with that, the second day battle concludes. As you know, first day it belonged to Kauravas with Uttara and Shweta and others getting killed in that first day battle. Bhishma was destroying second day. Bhishma was again powerful, but also on the Pandava side, Bhima did a great damage to Kauravas on the Kalinga army, destroying that, and then Arjuna as well resisted at least Bhishma and Drona. So he stopped their progress. Like that, the second day battle comes to an end. Now Sanjay continues and he says, when the night passed, so that night passed and the morning came, Bhishma with his he gave the orders to Kuru army to prepare for that battle, and he forms an array called Garuda. So in the form of Garuda, eagle form, he forms the array. So if you remember previous day, Pandavas formed an array called Krauncha, like the heron form. Okay, so they formed with a tall, lengthy beak, and then the bird on the back, right? So like that. So Garuda today they form. Kauravas formed Garuda formation. So on the beak of that Garuda was Bhishma himself at the very front, and then its eyes were Ashwatthama and Kritavarman. They formed the eyes, and then so Ashwatthama, they were supported by the Trigarta warriors, Matsyas, Kekas, Vatudanas, and then they were all formed their head. And then Bhurishrava, Shala, Shalya, Bhagadatta, and then Madra, and the Sindhu, Savira warriors, and then all those formed the Panchanodas. So, and along with Jayadratha placed on the neck. So then on its back, Duryodhana with his followers, Vinda, Avanti and Kambojas, Shakas, Surasenas, they all formed his tail. And similarly, Magadhas, Kalingas, and then all the tribes of the Sherakas, they all formed its wings. And then Karushas, Vikanjas, Mundas, Kondivrishas, Bradvala, all these on the left wing. So like this, so the wings, back, all different form of Garuda shape, all these warriors took place. On the other side, on the Pandava side, Arjuna, seeing they prepare the Garuda array, he, with the help of Drishtadyumna, he forms a troops counter array for that, and he prepares a half moon shaped, crescent shaped array to counter that Kaurava warriors. So if you think about crescent shape, so you will have one end to other end, right? So it goes and Garuda bird coming in and these guys going and attacking like that. So in that formation, they had Bhima on one end. So he was surrounded by many kings from different countries with various weapons. Next to him, again, because it's a half moon shape, you will see everybody's in one after another. Garuda shape, you will see one behind another or left to right and things like that, depend on the bird shape, right? So here you will see one next to another. So Bhima was there at the one end, and the next to him was Virata, Drupada, and next to him was Neela, and then next to Neela was Drishtaketu, surrounded by his Chedi and Kashis, Karushas, Pauravas, and then Drishtadyumna, Shikandini with Panchala and Prabhakara troops and other troops were there in the middle of that crescent shape. And then Yudhishthira was there surrounded by his elephant division. and then next to him was Satyaki with Draupadi's sons, and next to him Arjuna's son Iravan was there. Next to him was Bhima's son Gatotkacha, and then the Kayakas, and then on the left horn of that array, Arjuna with Krishna were there. So at one end it was Bhima, another one is not Arjuna. In between, all the other warriors were formed in this Pandavas counter array to Bhishma's Garuda shape. So it was they formed that array, and then for Kaurava to face the Kauravas, then the battle starts between Kauravas and Pandavas. So all of them rush to each other without any desire for their lives and with only aim of gaining the victory or attaining the heaven. So they reached one another, and among them again, Arjuna continued to attack the Kuru warriors with his arrows, great carnage he creates. And then Dhritarashtra's side, the warriors on Dhritarashtra Kaurava's side, they all killed by like that in that battlefield. So all those, still the Kuru warriors, Kaurava army troops, without any hesitation, they still continue to attack, can come in large numbers and faced Arjuna, even though they knew and they were probably knew that they were incapable of facing Arjuna. They still continued with only mind directed towards that battle and without anything else. And this is one of the reasons why someone dying in a battlefield, it is said that they immediately attain heaven. Okay, so there is two ways to attain heaven immediately. One is through performing sacrifices and following the karmas as living as per the duties, prescribed duties for the Varnashrama. The other one is dying in the battlefield, right? So, but Shastra says that one who performs the karmas, there is no guarantee that one will attain. Even if he performs Ashwamedha or whatever great sacrifices, there is no guarantee of attaining the heaven. But on the other hand, dying in a battlefield is guaranteed to attain heaven, because when we do our karmas, our duties, whatever it may be. Okay, so maybe a Brahmana, I'm doing my puja, or a Vaishya doing my trade and looking after my prayers and whatever I need to do, all those things. Whenever we do, our mind gets distracted. We are not focused on those things. But when a Kshatriya is in the battlefield fighting, they don't think about anything else. They don't think about their family or their wealth or anything like that. Their only thought process at that time is in that battle. They are completely dedicated and focused on that duty they are performing. And because of that single-mindedness, that's why they attain that heaven immediately. If they die in that battlefield, they immediately attain that heaven. So here as well, these Kuru warriors, with their minds focused on that battle, they came in large numbers and faced Arjuna. Then again, Pandavas and Kauravas troops continues to fight, and then still that array of the Kauravas could not be broken. That Garuda array formed by, which was protected by Drona, could not be protected, could not be broken by Pandavas. And similarly, the array protected by Arjuna and guarded by Bhima, Pandavas array also could not be broken by Kauravas. Bhishma, Drona, and Ashwatthama and others, they could not break this array as well. So like this, the chariots, elephants, all those things came face to face each other, fought, but they could not break the arrays. So elephant riders again on Kaurava side and Pandava side killed a large number of elephant riders on the close ranks, and similarly with broad-headed arrows, shafts, lances, they killed each other. Large bodies of infantry again killed one another with various classes. Chariot riders, they killed, getting near the elephant riders, they killed the elephant riders. Similarly, elephant riders going near the chariot riders, they killed the chariot riders or crushed the chariots. And similarly, cavalry soldiers, they killed the rathis, and similarly those on the chariots, they killed on the foot soldiers. Similarly, horse riders as well, so they killed others. So like this, the battle continued. So both foot soldiers by hundreds and thousands were seen killed by the horse riders, and similarly horse riders killed by the foot soldiers. So like this, broken flags, bows, lances, housing of the elephants, costly blankets, darts, maces, clubs, all these things with uh, spikes and everything, darts, all those protective armors they were wearing, iron hooks, polished scimitars, staffs, all those things were on the battlefield, all shining because all those gold coated and silver, gold, and all the jewels crested those weapons. They were all lying on the battlefield. Again, you have to remember, so these things, when somebody is having their favorite sword or a bow or whatever it is, they decorate it, right? So like, for example, we have a car, we put something on it, okay, or we got something very precious, we take out everything, a pen probably some people have, right? Some people have, everybody got their own favorite things, right? So it may be mobile phone. Okay, let's take mobile phone as an example. You put a very nice case behind it with a shining things, glittery things, and if you're rich and people like put diamond crusted mobile phone cases, right? So like that, here for a kshatriya, their ornament, the thing they carry is a sword or a bow or an arrow or mace or things like that, right? So they will have those things made of gold if they're depending on their how wealthy and uh, things they had, luxury they had, they make up those things, right? So here you're talking about looking at the kings and all the great warriors and everybody. So they all had those things furnished. Similarly, if they had armor and things, so maybe we see movies and everything, the iron on made of iron, right? But if you are a rich person, you probably will have a golden armor, so silver or whatever, or crested with that jewels and everything on top of that. So like this, made up of all those shiny things were all over the place. Similarly, earth on that at that battlefield, it became very fleshy because of that blood, flesh and blood on that. So it becomes horses and elephants, all those killed in that dreadful battle. Everything was earth became very damp and fleshy. And then similarly, with that human blood, the dust that was arising from the horses, elephants, and chariots, everything moving in that battlefield, dust disappeared because earth became wet. It became after rain. You don't see the dust. Just like that here, because of the blood from horses, elephants, and the human blood that was on that battlefield, the dust stopped. So sky became clear, and a lot of headless trunks you could see everywhere in that battlefield. Then Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha, Purumitra, Vikarna, Shakuni, all these in the battle, uh, they again try to break the Pandavas' ranks. Bhima, Ghatotkacha, Satyaki, Chekitana, Draupadi's sons, all these supported on their side, they began to fight back and fight against Kaurava warriors. So like in the olden days, Devatas and Danavas fought, this battle continued between Pandavas and Kauravas. So again, all the leading warriors on both armies, they try to defeat one another. Then Duryodhana, supported by 1,000 chariots, he rushed in battle towards Pandavas and Ghatotkacha. So then all the Pandavas with large number of army, they again with they came towards Bhishma and Drona. Arjuna also very angrily he rushed towards all the Kauravas. Abhimanyu, Satyaki, and they all went against Abhimanyu and Satyaki went against Shakuni and his troops. So like this, different battles took place, different warriors fought each other. So then all those kings on the Kaurava side, seeing Arjuna in that battlefield, they all surrounded him with many thousand charioteers surrounded him. Having like that, they surrounded him. They started releasing thousands of arrows towards him, bright lances with sharp point ended, maces, clubs with spikes around them, bearded darts, battle axes, mallets, bludgeons. They all thrown at Arjuna's chariot. So, but again, as that shower of weapons coming towards Arjuna like a locust, Arjuna again checked all of them with his gold-decked arrows. He destroyed all those arrows and maces and whatever that's thrown at him. He destroyed all that time. And looking at that, Devatas, Danavas, Gandharvas, Pishachas, Rakshasas, everybody looking in the sky, they all said, excellent, excellent, because thousands of those chariot riders throwing at him, and he single-handedly stopped all of them. And on the other side, Shakuni, with his Gandhara forces, he surrounded Satyaki and Abhimanyu. Then again, the brave warriors from Shakuni's side, they destroyed Satyaki's chariot into pieces. Then he jumped out of that chariot and then mounted on Abhimanyu together with Abhimanyu and Satyaki. They started destroying Gandhara forces with sharp arrows. On the other hand, Bhishma and Drona, they steadily, they even though struggling in that battle to make much progress, they continued to slaughter Yudhishthira's division of elephants. So they continued to fight like that. Then again, Yudhishthira with two sharp arrows, with help from Nakula and Sahadeva in that battle, he started fighting back Bhishma and Drona. So there again took large fierce battle between them. So Bhishma and Ghatotkacha, the father and son combination, they also achieved great things. So Duryodhana approaching them, he checked them both. So again, Ghatotkacha in that battlefield, he fought very bravely. He Bhima in that battle, he very angrily he pierced Duryodhana in the chest. So with that arrow, Duryodhana sat down on his terrace of his chariot and then he fainted away. So seeing that, his charioteer immediately took him away from that battlefield, facing from Bhima. Then Bhima again continued to destroy Kuru army. So then Drishtadyumna, he comes and with Yudhishthira, they all come in the sight of Drona and Bhishma. They again continue to fight Drona and Bhishma, those warriors with their troops, army together. So again, though they attempted to check, they stopped Bhishma and Drona in that battlefield. Because of Bhima, Drishtadyumna, they fought so bravely. The Kuru warriors, the troops started running away from in very sight of Bhishma and Drona. They started running away. When those thousands of charioteers like that running away, Arjuna and Satyaki, both stationed in the same chariot, they continue to have battle with Gandhara forces. So Satyaki, he again with a large number of arrows, he killed a large number of Gandhara forces. Arjuna as well, he continued to shower on Kaurava army with his arrows. So again, with that, the Kaurava's army started running away from that battlefield. Seeing them run like that because of Drishtadyumna, Satyaki, Arjuna, all this, Abhimanyu, all this, Bhima and everybody killing the Kuru army in large numbers, Bhishma and Drona became very angry, and they, in trying to do good for Duryodhana, they tried to come forward. Then Duryodhana himself, comforting his army, he tells them that don't run away, and he asks them to come and fight again. He says Bhishma and Drona are going to protect. So like this, they continue. The battle continues. Duryodhana, seeing his army still running away, he goes to Bhishma and he becomes very angry, and he goes to Bhishma and he says that, listen to what I'm going to say. When you are alive with Drona and Kripa, all of you are alive, how can our troops run away like this? How they can die like this? Pandavas, I do not see that there is not one person in Pandava army who is equal to Drona or you or Ashwatthama or Kripa. So how can they defeat us, kill us like this? So without doubt, Pandavas are favored by you. That's why they're able to achieve these great things here in this battlefield. You're not trying to kill them, you're not trying to hurt them. That's why it is like that. That's why they are slaughtering our troops. So you should have told me at very beginning that you are going to favor Pandavas. If you had told me, then after consulting with Karna, I would have taken the right decision. Whatever the decision I would have to take, I would have taken at that time. But he should not have done like this, and he becomes very angry and says Bhishma is favoring Pandavas and not fighting fairly. Hearing this, Bhishma becomes very angry, but laughingly he says that I have told you many times that, but you never accepted my words. Pandavas are incapable of being defeated in the battle because even Devatas with Indra leading them, they cannot defeat Pandavas. So, but I'm very aged myself. I will do whatever I can in this battlefield. So now you see what I'm going to do. So saying this, Bhishma rushes towards Pandava army, blowing, and with conch shells is blowing, and then the Kaurava army becomes very happy hearing seeing Bhishma going towards Pandavas like this. Pandavas also hearing that Bhishma's conch shells and everything, they also blow their conch shells. So then, listening to this, Dhritarashtra asks Sanjaya after that Bhishma makes, saying that he is going to fight in that battlefront. What happened? What did Pandavas do, or what did Bhishma do to Pandavas? Tell me all this in detail. And then Sanjaya continues his narration. He says that after that morning finished in that day, so when the afternoon started, the Pandavas had won the victory in the morning. Devrata Bhishma started rushing his army towards his horses towards Pandava army, even though they are protected by a large foe. And with his Duryodhana and others supporting him, with his own troops, he started rushing towards them. And then it's all because of your sinful policy. Sanjay is telling here to Dhritarashtra, because of that, a dreadful battle that started there. So the bows, the sound of bows, the twang of bows that's coming there, and then the arrows going in, all these things hitting one another, all those sound, loud sound started coming, and you could hear in the battlefield people shouting, "Stay here! I am here! No, this is me!" and turn back and wait. You strike, and I'm going to strike, and all these kind of things. So they keep saying those are the words you heard in that. So the sound of armors, coat of mails made of gold and falling, the crowns and diadems falling, the flags falling along the grounds like this. So heads and arms and all those things cut off by the warriors. So many battle continued like that. So in that battle again, the battle that took place between Kauravas and Pandavas was such that it's never seen before. In that battle, the bodies of the combatants that was slain in that, the chariots could not make their way because there are so many bodies all over the field. The chariots could not, in some places, could not move from one place to another. The battlefield, the killed elephants seemed to they're all over the place. They look like a hills in some places. So the battle again, many the people again, some people were as they were injured and dying, they called their brother, friends, kinsmen, my uncle, whoever it is. They said, "Don't abandon me here in this battlefield." But others said, even though they are injured, they continued to scream and shout, and bravely they kept going, saying as much as they can. And then Bhishma again, with bow, he drawing in circle, continuously shooting arrows. He started hurting Pandavas. So again, he with his arrows, he killed large number of Pandava troops, and there was nobody among Pandavas who could capable of looking at him and facing him in when Bhishma was that angry and trying to do what Duryodhana asked him to do. So the Yudhishthira's army like that was slaughtered by Bhishma, and Pandava army started running away in all directions. So when they were running and like that, in the very presence of Krishna and Arjuna, the Pandavas started running. Even though they made great efforts, they could not stop Bhishma. So then chariots, elephants, all these horses, everything hurt by Bhishma. They were laying all over the battlefield. Then Krishna, then seeing that army killed like that, said to Arjuna, he reminds him of his woe. He says that the time has come, O Arjuna, that you desired long time ago. Now strike Bhishma, otherwise you will lose your senses. You previously you told all the kings assembled that I will kill all the warriors on Dhritarashtra's, including of Dhritarashtra's side, including Bhishma and Drona. That's what you said. So now make those words come true. Because if you remember, when after the Virata war and Upaplava, when everybody assembled, Arjuna made a vow in front of everybody that he is going to kill everybody whoever comes there. Right. So Krishna reminds him and saying that this army is being routed from all the directions. So Yudhishthira forces are running away from all the directions. So now go and stop that. So stop Bhishma. So hearing this, Arjuna tells Krishna that even going through this large sea of Kuru army, take me towards Bhishma. I will throw down him. I will kill him today. So push him, take me towards Bhishma. So then Krishna takes that chariot towards Bhishma. Even though there was a large number of warriors coming towards him, Krishna navigates the chariot and he takes towards Bhishma. And then between Bhishma and Arjuna, the great battle starts. So both of them cutting one another arrows and fighting at each other. So again, Krishna continuously keeps moving his chariot from one direction to another so that he avoids those chariots. So Bhishma, with complete net, he covers Arjuna and Krishna and the chariot fully with the arrows, but Krishna continues to drive the chariot and move it forward. Then again, Arjuna, taking his Gandiva, he cuts Bhishma's bow with sharp arrows, and then Bhishma, taking another bow, he again starts fighting back. But Arjuna again once again cuts off that bow as well. Then Bhishma smilingly becomes very happy and he says, "Excellent, Arjuna, you have done excellent, and then it is what you have done is very great. So fight hard." So he again encourages Arjuna to fight hard. So Arjuna again takes up another large. Bhishma takes up another bow and then he shoots at Arjuna's chariot. Krishna again moves with great skill. He moves the chariot and he baffles those arrows coming towards him by guiding the chariot in quick circles. So continuously keeps moving so that the Bhishma's arrows do not hit him or the horses or Arjuna. So like this, Bhishma and Arjuna, they continue to battle. Then again, Bhishma covers Arjuna and Krishna with large number of arrows, with thousands, hundreds and thousands of arrows. So Bhishma again even makes Krishna shiver in that because with the sharp arrows. So he strikes him and makes Krishna shake in that. Then seeing Arjuna fighting Bhishma, even though he's biting, he is just resisting Bhishma. He's not trying to kill Bhishma, or he's not trying to hurt Bhishma. Seeing that, Krishna starts thinking, Yudhishthira's army, it cannot survive the slaughter that Bhishma is doing. In a single day, Bhishma can defeat all the Daityas and Danavas. So with so much strength in him and knowledge in him, and with such a warrior, if Arjuna does not use his strength fully against Bhishma, Yudhishthira's army is going to be defeated in one day. So even though Arjuna is there, he is not doing what he should be doing. So thinking like that, Krishna thinks, I will today for Pandavas' sake, I will kill Bhishma. So, and I will reduce the burden on the Pandavas. I will give the kingdom to Yudhishthira after killing Bhishma. So, thinking like that, and Krishna was thinking like that, and then uh, once again, Bhishma, while they were thinking like that, Bhishma releases a large number of arrows. On the other side again, Drona, Vikarna, Jayadratha, Bhurishrava, Kritavarma, Kripa, Shutayus, and Ambastas, King, Vinda, Anuvinda, Sudakshina, Westerners, and all the tribes from the Sauviras, Vasatis, Kshudrakas, Malavas, all these behind Bhishma, they all again approached Arjuna for that battle. Seeing that, Satyaki seeing that, thinking Arjuna is surrounded by all these troops, so he rushes to Arjuna's support. So him coming there cheerfully, he starts facing Bhishma as well. So Bhishma and those warriors. So with Pandava's force running away from that battlefield, he tells those forces to stay back. And seeing like that, even though he urges Pandava force, they were very afraid of Bhishma in that battle because he was killing everybody. Then Krishna, thinking this is not happening, so Arjuna is not going to do anything. So he tells Satyaki that those are retreating are definitely going to retreat and they are going to leave from this battlefield. They are staying, let them also go away from this battlefield because I will now kill Bhishma and Drona in this battle. I will kill with all their followers. I will kill. There is nobody in this Kuru army who can escape when I am angry. So, taking up my chakra, the discus, I will kill Bhishma. So, slaying him in this battlefield, I will do, and also Drona, I will make Arjuna happy, and also I will give the kingdom, make Arjuna Yudhishthira the kingdom today itself. I will end this war today itself. Saying this, Krishna gets down from his chariot, jumps down from it, and on his right hand he holds the discus chakra and with sharp edges and shining like sun, and that he rushes towards Bhishma and making at that time with every step earth starts to tremble, and when Krishna rushes towards Bhishma like that, so Bhishma sees him and seeing Krishna coming towards with his Sudarshana chakra, seeing that as Krishna was going there, it looked very beautiful. Vyasa here describes, or Sanjay describes it as, it looked like the lotus stalk. Krishna's arm looked like a lotus stalk, and on top of that a lotus. Sudarshana chakra looked like a lotus. So he's coming like that. So Krishna rushes towards Bhishma, and seeing that, Bhishma, he says, "Come, Krishna, come, killed by getting death by you, or my name will be eternal. It will be celebrated everywhere. So come and kill me." So hearing this, again Krishna rushes towards him and says that you are the problem of all this battle is happening because of that. Today Duryodhana will be killed by me. A wise minister is the one who always tells the king to abstain from evil gambling and things like that, but you are not one of them. You did not stop Duryodhana or Dhritarashtra from doing that. So that's why you are going to be killed. And Bhishma says that destiny is very powerful. Even though I have tried everything, Dhritarashtra did not listen to any of them. So when there is no listener to some beneficial words that's being said, he can't do anything. So with that, Bhishma says, and Krishna rushes towards him. We will see what Krishna does next time.